What's up, y'all? Thanks for watching my channel. This is Nikki's the One, and today we're going to be doing a sit down talk on breaking habits of being yourself. This video is brought to you by a book that I've been reading. It's an audio book. I'm sure you can get it on Amazon, but they have it on YouTube for free by Dr. Joe Dispenza. If you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes on my phone. I've been taking notes today. So yeah. So honestly, today I really did not feel like doing a vlog. I kind of rested a lot and I wanted to do something that I feel would be good for me, for mental health, and just to pour more so back into myself today. I know a lot of creators, they're really stressed right now because of Vlogmas. They want to get out as much content as possible, but sometimes the reality is sometimes they just don't feel like it. You know, we get tired too, we get sleepy, we get lazy and not want to do anything. So this is just a way to kind of go around it and still do what needs to be done. Hence why we're discussing breaking habits of being yourself. Now, I am at no point, nothing at all, telling you to not be yourself. That's not what we're, you know, that's not the message that we're putting out today. But all of those bad habits, those old habits, you can't expect to be your higher self, the best version of yourself, if you're constantly doing those habits, those old habits that are not doing you well. So let's get into the first step. Okay, so first and foremost, we want to give ourselves compassion. We want to just pat ourselves on the back, give ourselves a hug, and acknowledge that we made it this far, no matter the highs or the lows, without knowing like the process of breaking old habits or bad habits. You still made it to where you are today. So you want to give yourself as much compassion that you have. You did what you had to do with the wisdom that you had and experience that you had at that time, and you're still here. So give yourself compassion and just be proud of yourself for where you are today. That's number one. Number two, we want to analyze and evaluate what habits you wish to keep and discard. So this was a big one for me in the book because it was some things that I kind of really did like about, you know, my habit. I have certain routines that are non-negotiable. Like, it's just something that is embedded in my head, and I'm just on go mode. Like, for number one, I'm always gonna be about my money. Like, I'm always gonna make sure that I'm straight, no matter what circumstance that I'm in. If I'm high or I'm low, I'm always thinking of ways to make money or do what I have to do to be okay. So that's something that I'm very proud of myself about, and I try to keep a positive mind. Like, that's just something that I've always done. Well, I haven't always done it, but I've been doing for a good amount of time, so I'm very proud of that. Bad habits, analyze those bad habits. So what are some things that you notice that you've done before in the past that are just bad, or even currently that are just bad habits, no good habits that you just need to rid of? Like, that's just something that you need to do. For me, number one, I'm a procrastinator, okay? So a lot of times I'll put things off until, for instance, working out, I'll put things off until the end, and it's like, next thing you know, it's a whole week and you didn't do what you were supposed to do because you're procrastinating. That's what I do. So what are some bad habits that you do that you know that you just need to get rid of? Comment them down below. Okay, so now that you've evaluated what are some good habits that you can keep to move forward and discard the bad habits, okay, what are you going to do to replace those bad habits? So where have you gotten with those bad habits? What have those bad habits resulted in? And then when you discard those bad habits, what are you going to do to replace those bad habits and replenish yourself with those good habits? So it's just a good point in time to kind of write those things down. I don't suggest a mental note. Put it in your phone, in your notes, write it down, because I forget things. I think about things all the time. I feel like I'm like undiagnosed ADHD, OCD, because I just think about so many things at once. So write it down, pause this video, take your notes, analyze and write down good habits, bad habits, what you need to trash, and what you can replenish those bad habits with now. The next point that he brings up is being positive alone will not make a difference. And that's where I messed up a lot of times. A lot of times we manifest things and bring things into fruition unknowingly. We don't know what we're doing. We're just out here manifesting stuff and not knowing like the steps and the habits that we have taken to get to that point. So once you know the steps to take, you can continuously, like, it's wisdom, it's experience, like, okay, I know what to do, so I'm going to keep doing it. So that's what I'm here to talk about today. Just one positive thought is not going to manifest the things that you want. You have to feel good on the inside and manifest it in your mind, have with those positive thoughts in order to manifest it into reality. So think about it like mind, body, and soul. Like, you can't have one without the other. Think about it like hair. You can't oil your hair, grease your scalp without hydrating it. One needs a catalyst to hold on to. So you have to, when you're thinking, when you're, or one or the other, like when you're feeling good and you're in a good mood and you're just feeling good, think positive thoughts. You can't be feeling good and subconsciously be tearing yourself down on the inside. Like that, it does not go together. Once you have those two together, you are heightening your alignment, and those things that are on your accord start coming over to you. That's why you see when you're having a bad day, a lot of bad things happen to you, because where you are on that level is everything that you're aligned with on that lower alignment is coming to you. And then just as well with the good level, like the good alignment, if you are feeling good, you're in a good mood, okay, I want to think of positive things, give me a direction, like, oh, I'm feeling good, so let me think of what I want to manifest. Oh, I would like this, I would like this, I want to go on a trip, I want to do this, I want to do that. Like, this is what you have to do. And if you're thinking positive thoughts and you're just in that positive thinking thought, you know, realm, and you're just thinking positive thoughts, okay, what small things can you do to make you feel good? I don't care if you're outside blowing bubbles. I don't care if you eat you some ice cream, even though if you have a working out regimen, that's probably counterintuitive, but who cares? If you feel good and you're having positive thoughts, you can manifest what you want to manifest. I don't know how quick it's gonna be, but it's already in the universe. So positive thoughts, feel good. Feel good, think positive thoughts. Okay, you get me? All right. Now this is another disclaimer. I have not read the entirety of this book. I'm halfway through it. So if you guys want a part 2, I can definitely do a part 2. But these are just the things that I've learned while listening to this audiobook today, and it was just very interesting to me. He goes into like the dynamic of how you think. Like, he goes to your thoughts, and then he goes deeper into your consciousness, and he goes deeper into your nervous system, then he goes deeper into the tissues, your brain cell tissues, then he goes deeper into the atoms, and then when you break it all the way down, it comes back to energy. It's something that you can't see, but you can feel. That's why it's like, you know, anybody that, you know, if you come into the room, they're like, you need to learn how to read the room. Like, if it's negative vibes, I don't want to be there because I feel it. And then same thing if it's positive vibes, like, you want to be next to somebody who has just positive vibes. You want to be next to somebody who's just positive and their alignment is up, because it's so hard. Like, if we all could be on that high flying like alignment, we would be there. The trouble is a lot of people don't know how to get there, so that's why, you know, when you see it, it's like a unicorn out here, you know what I'm saying? So it's just really thoughtful how he goes into the Scientology of your thoughts and how it's just breaking down all the way to energy. Dr. Joe Dispenza also discusses the ultimate goal in life. How you're perceived is how you truly are, whether you're alone or around other people. So that's the highest goal here, is to, because a lot of times we go outside and we put on these different personas, like around even when growing up, that's something that I noticed, like with my mom and with my dad, both with my parents. They were one way around, you know, their work friends opposed to their real friends, opposed to their family, opposed to how they really acted at home. So a lot of times we put on different faces for different people, and some people really can't be themselves in workplaces and want to actually keep their jobs unless you have your own job, you know what I mean? So, you know, I guess there's a line between everything, but you know, that is the ultimate goal. How you're perceived as a person by everyone else and being that same person when you're alone. That's just the highest goal of humanity, I guess. Another point that he speaks on is, if you want to align with your higher self, think about their reality. You know, think about how they dress, how they interact with others. What do they do for a living? How much money do they have in their bank accounts? What does their credit look like? What do they drive? Like, how do they help the community that they live in? Or how do they help to serve others? Like, what is their purpose like? What does their ideal day look like? How do they dress? Like, think about everything that would embody the highest self of who you want to one day become. And slowly but surely, like, you're going to start doing those things. Like, how does that person eat? Do they work out? How does their physique look? How do they speak? Are they intelligent? Like, start thinking about different things of what your highest self does and who that person is, and just start integrating certain things about their characteristics of what they do, or, you know, any small little things that will get you closer to align with your higher self. Now, this is one of the things that I'm like, okay, I kind of get you here, because we're getting in the juice. Okay, so a lot of times people say, okay, you know, that's cool and everything, but what do I do if I'm in survivor mode? Like, what do I do if I'm in danger? What do I do if I don't have the bare necessities that a human being needs? And he was saying, the author was saying in this book, he's like, you know, a lot of times, of course, you want to make sure that you preserve your safety first. You want to preserve things to keep you back level to the calming matter. And then he did a therapist move right here, okay? He said that a lot of times we lack self-identity. Therefore, we continue to replay our past and our traumas and our survival mode and woe is me's to continue to keep our self-identity, because we are fearful of not having a purpose in life or not being about anything. Like, that was bars. That was bars. So a lot of times we just keep replaying our past traumas, and we just keep, you know, replaying our woes, when really that's keeping us out of alignment with our highest selves. And if we can just like create our own identity and train our mind, train our thoughts. That's why a lot of times, you know, they have meditation and they have prayer and religion to kind of keep you grounded despite your lowest moments in life. Yeah, so the bulk of what I've read so far is training your mind, keeping positive thoughts, and feeling good at the same time. You cannot do one without the other. Thinking about what habits you have that are good and taking out the habits that are bad. For me personally, I'm ready to do this. Number one, my cell phone. I spend entirely too much time on it. Like, I spend too much time on it. If you look at the time, you know, when you get the review of the daily time that you spend on it, I spend at least 10 to 11 hours. Oh, look now. Look at that. 9 hours and 16 minutes so far. And right now we're in the afternoon. No reason why it's that much already. But the good thing about it though is I was listening to the book since 7 o'clock this morning, so I don't feel too bad about that. But But one thing that I will start doing is with procrastination, what I've done lately, when it is a mess, just clean it up right away. Don't even give yourself time to think about it, just do it. Same thing with working out. I am a morning person, so I just knock it out the way. Like, I knock it out in the morning. I don't even give myself time enough to even think about it in my mind and say, oh, I don't feel like it. I don't give myself time enough to do it. Hence today, I didn't feel like doing a vlog for Vlogmas, and I'm like, you know what? I procrastinated way too much today. Let me just get up and do it. Don't even give yourself time to talk yourself out of it. That's just something that I have noticed that has been working personally for me. But a habit that I'm going to start is sleeping with my phone outside of my room, so that I don't only have time in the morning to look at it and waste time instead of doing what I need to do. Okay. So give me something down below in the comments, what habits you're going to kind of try to integrate moving forward, and what habits you're leaving behind, because we are coming up on 2023 and a lot of those old habits, honey, they have to die. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, but I cannot wait to continue the rest of this book. And if you want a part 2, let me know with a thumbs up. But I'll see y'all next time. Bye.